Hi, I'm Ray. I'm here at React Miami with Jenn Robison. Thank you for coming out and having a chat with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Why don't you tell me a bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is Jenn Robison, and I am a senior software engineer, and I'm very passionate about React Native mobile development.
Okay, cool. So is that like a lot of front end development?
Yeah, I still think of myself very much as a full stack developer. I think that when you can do full stack and create the APIs that you will need, you
Yeah.
shape them a little bit better. But yes, React Native is definitely on the front end side.
Okay, cool. But you're working with JavaScript, right? And JavaScript is full stack now. So
Yep.
it's hard to be a JavaScript developer and not consider yourself to be full stack.
Absolutely. And I come from a Microsoft full stack background.
Oh,
So
okay.
most of my career was actually doing like C# and ASP.NET and SQL
Okay.
Server, etc. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're speaking here at React, and I understand you've been here before.
Yeah, last year I was here with the company I was with at the time, EchoBind, which is a software development agency, and we were sponsoring the conference. So it was really awesome to get to like network and talk with a lot of people.
How do you feel about the conference? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's got a really good vibe. I just really like talking with people. There's a really good space out here in the hallway and being able to just introduce yourself to new people and
Yeah,
interact.
yeah, for sure. And the whole single track thing, I think, adds a new component to that because when you're in like a multi-track conference, then people see other things and like you might not know what they were talking
Sometimes
about.
it's hard to decide what you want to listen to,
That's
right?
true
Or you
too,
have
yeah.
competing. I want to do this one, but I want to do that one, and they're at the same time. Yeah, I do the single track conferences. One of the other ones that's in that same vein, but mobile specific is Chain React, and I really like that it's that single track because you get to hear all of them.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then everybody heard the same thing, so everybody
Yeah,
can chat about the same thing,
yeah, absolutely.
right? So do you have any experience when it comes to low code?
I've done some low code. I think it depends on definition because I think some people think low no code and it's the drag and drop or what have you.
Okay. What would you define low code?
That's a little bit more of what I think, whether it's a platform like MakeSwift or something like that, where you can do some of the customization, but they're providing a lot of the components for you.
Okay, I see what you mean. What do you enjoy about low code?
I actually don't necessarily enjoy low code.
Okay, so what do
Um,
you not enjoy about low code then?
I think because of how long I've been an engineer, like sometimes the platforms that are providing low code just don't fit my mental model. And
Okay.
so I might struggle more with some of like how do you access certain things? And if I were to like handwrite that code, could do it a lot faster. Obviously, if you practice and you spend time in it, it becomes easier. But I do like how a lot of the solutions are going to make it faster. You don't have to memorize or look up as much information anymore to be able to be like drag and drop. We shouldn't have to recreate the wheel. Like
Right.
things have been done and they've been done well and you can iterate on them, but don't recreate the wheel. Like actually solve the problem you're trying to solve. Use the tools that are available.
Yeah. So yeah, like you were saying, when you're as a developer, you're used to doing saying things with code, and when you see a low code platform, sometimes you're like, I know how to do this code wise, but there's a learning curve to a low code platform in and of itself.
Yeah. But I do also think that some of those solutions, I'm like trying to think of some of the ones that I use where whether it's Retool or like Expo application services, those low code solutions where you can provide a YAML file and they've got all of the infrastructure behind there that then does what you need it to do. So you're not
Yeah.
having to recreate that part of it. You're providing the configuration.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Definitely. Is there anything that you would like to talk about? Anything maybe you're passionate about?
Like I said, I'm really passionate about React Native
Okay.
and actually talking later today about React Native. And my talk is called Don't Just React, Mobilize, because I think people get a little bit scared and shy away from doing mobile development because they think it's so different. But React Native is based on React. We still have JSX, we still have styling and some of those. And the things that I think get into the native side with permissions or push notifications, to set it and forget it.
Right.
So I'm hoping to encourage others to try mobile development.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So I haven't done too much with React Native. I've dabbled in it a bit. Like, how different do you code with React Native when it comes to things? Because like the browser has been so good at putting out APIs for things like location, notification, all that kind of stuff. Is that kind of the ease of use that React Native gives?
There are actually some really good libraries out there. I think what gets more challenging is when you get like a really specific use case. But there are good. Expo has for a lot of those types of APIs, they have really good packages, and there are other packages as well. But whether it's I want to use the camera to scan a QR code, or I want to find lat long of like where I'm at and I want to map, like you can do all of that very easily with libraries that are available. So those just become your imports. You bring in what you need and tie into that. Some of the challenges that I think people don't realize in a browser where you're using some of those APIs, it's a simple, it just knows to pretty much ask for those permissions. Is it okay if I use your microphone, or is it okay if I get your location?
Yeah.
That's pretty well standardized. Whereas in mobile, you have a lot of explaining in what's called like the manifest or the P list for iPhone, because in the App Store, you have to declare all that for the reviews.
Right.
Because obviously it's a privacy where your device is
Yeah.
coming with you to a lot more places.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Thanks for sitting and having a chat with me.
Yeah, thanks.